Hello, welcome to Mindful Musings. I'm Dee Dee, your host. I am an energy alchemist. I'm also a sound bowl practitioner and an intuitive. Welcome. Wanted to check in with you because I didn't check in yesterday, but I wanted to make sure I at least got in here for the weekend. And oh, that's right, I guess it's Kentucky Derby weekend. Ooh, everybody wearing their hats and having their little parties. I don't get into it, but I think it's great if you do. I think that's just fantastic. And at this point in time, anything that we can do that brings us some joy, brings us some togetherness, community of joining our hearts, that's what we need right now. And knowing that we are not alone. Isn't that the truth? Oh my goodness. So, let me see. Anything particular? As you well know, I just kind of listen to the nudge to come on up and do a video. Never know quite what's gonna come in, if anything. So, but I did want to say hello. Yeah, I mean, one of the only terribly exciting thing that's going on with me right now is my husband surprised me yesterday. He was so cute. With a garden needler. Oh my gosh. You know, it's one of those little things that it's got a pad on it and little handles, and you can get down on the ground, but there's padding, and then you can use the handles to help yourself up, or you can flip it over and it becomes a stool. It is the coolest thing. I had, after working on the gardens in the front yard and in the back, we were working on it together. I think he probably noticed that, I bet she'd like this. And sure enough, I had gone online and I'd been researching, going, oh my gosh, this would be cool. I didn't say a word. And then yesterday, his box arrives. He goes, well, I know this box has my name on it, but I got it for you. And I opened up and I just squealed because it's like, oh my gosh, I want this. I wanted this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, you know, the universe provides in unexpected ways. That's the message that comes in, because I had already gone, well, I'll put it on my wish list, and maybe for my birthday I'll ask for it, and we'll see. And that's as far as I got with it. And then sure enough, very unexpectedly, you know, he said, well, I was kind of thinking of it for your birthday. My birthday's not till June. But so it was just, anyway, my heart is full, and I am so excited to be able to use my little garden kneeler. And you can use it inside too, which is great if I'm getting on the floor and playing with the kitty cats. You know, it's it just gets a little more challenging to get up off the floor, you know, whatever. So yeah, that's my fun little story of trusting in the universe, accepting and expecting small miracles and surprises, and that the universe does provide in ways you don't expect, honestly. Oh, goodness gracious. This is sinuses, throat chakra, I don't know. Well, let's try and get this cleared so I can talk a little more. Or not. But yeah. Energies, you know, they're the energies. They're energy, the outside world is doing its thing, the external world. a broken record. All we really can do is make sure we're grounded and we are present in our body, in the present moment, centered and calm peace. And bringing in that cosmic energy and definitely bringing up that earth energy to help us ground the information. Because remember, a lot of us are really working on the bridge, heart-brain, bringing it together, bridging the heart and the brain together, bringing the brain into the heart, and which then also is fully activating the high heart, because the high heart is the bridge. So just know that breathing it in. And I definitely have to get outdoors this weekend. It's going to be beautiful. A little cool. I mean, as you can tell, I'm still wearing my sweatshirts. But get outside, get grounded. And ideally, I can do a little bit of barefoot work, because I think that's going to really, really help a lot. Just with feeling solid and getting rid of aches and pains. It's a weird thing. I don't know. I guess I slept wrong. I don't know. But like my knee is all tweaked. It's not really my knee. It's like my calf. I don't know. Somehow I think muscles got all cramped. And so all of a sudden, you know, my little team said, yeah, I think you got a brace in there. And yeah, from like 10 years ago, I have a little knee brace, which is I just put on, and it's providing such nice compression, and probably just kind of warming the muscles a bit so they can relax, so I can move around. You know, I could chalk it up to ascension symptoms. Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know. You know, with knees are very important with the grounding and moving forward. So many messages, which reminds me also, always tune into your body. Our bodies contain so much wisdom, and our body tells us the truth. So, you know, if you're experiencing something, you know, sit with it, be still, see what the message is, listen to what is the message. It is very, very important that we take at least a couple of minutes a day, preferably longer, or throughout the day, where we really do just focus on our breathing. Remember, this is the breath of life. This is prana. Just taking time to focus on our breath, bringing us into our body, which then allows us to discern what is true and what is manipulated chaos on the external. All right? I'm not saying anything you don't already know, and I'm not saying anything I haven't already said in umpteen other videos, but I always like to make sure that we get that message that our growth, our evolution, our ascension is all up to us. It is an individual job. And as the individual, we then help assist the collective. And perhaps by us getting even brighter in our light, more confident, more stronger, more grounded, more solid in our light, our column, being that lighthouse, then we can assist in affecting change. But remember, you cannot change for someone else. You cannot do the work for anyone else. It's an individual's job. And that's our free will. And we're all at different areas on this path of higher consciousness. And there is no right or wrong. It just is what it is, and it's all great. We honor it. There are so many different paths to getting to the 5D and beyond, and none of them are wrong. We each are on our own path, and at any time we are free to change whatever path we are on. That is the beauty of it all. So I encourage you to keep remembering that, because being in loving and being centered does not hold space for judgment, as in judging, attempting to be better than, oh, I am higher than you are. No, that is 3D world. That is separation and alienation. That's not what it's about. But we're human, remember. We remember that we are divinity, we are soul, we are spirit in this wonderful human body, and that because we're in this human body, we have come here to have human experiences. So our experience is not right or wrong, and it does not warrant our judgment. It just warrants that it is a life experience and that we've learned from it. So please bring in compassion and forgiveness if you're still ruminating about something that happened in the past. Bring in forgiveness. I forgive myself for judging myself as whatever that is, or I forgive myself as I am remembering who I am. But just know that it's a process, and to have compassionate love and tenderness, gentleness for yourselves and others, because we're all walking this path. We're walking each other home, and it all looks different. None of us are on the exact same path. So that seems to be the message that is coming in right now, is so much going on, and don't get stuck in any of the externalities, any of the drama, any of the manipulation, and the efforts of attempting to control us and suppress us as the powerful, intuitive, celestial beings that we are. And as I say celestial, that reminds me to remind you to ask for assistance. Prayer is a continuous thing. We're all in this together, and our higher selves, our angels, our spirit beings, our spirit team, they are not going to interfere without an invitation. So we need to invite them to ask for it, because we have free will. So remember, we're not alone, and we have many resources available to us. All right, let's see if I can hobble over and get see which oracle cards are calling to us, so we see what message there may be or if there's any guidance, anything that Spirit wants us to know today. And remember, this is for entertainment and spiritual purposes, and only for the highest and greatest good of all concerned, of all involved, asking to be that pure and open channel of truth and wisdom. And again, only that which is from the highest wise, as we are all feel surrounded and protected by the divine light. Let's see who's calling to us here. Well, okay. Dun, 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 dun. Gateway. I don't know if it's because it's in my eyes, but I always go to those two, or one of those three, so I'm seeing if there's someone else who wants to speak to us. because I was going for the Divine Masters. Well, we did Divine Masters the last time, I think. And then I went, oh, with Gateway. Well, we did Gateway. So let's go with Native Spirit, Denise, Linn, for the highest and greatest good. If there is a message, ask to be the conduit, to be the channel for this message. Make sure you get yourself grounded. Make sure you're drinking plenty of liquids and hydration. Ah, yes. Spirit Keeper of the West. Look at that beautiful, beautiful, like invoking the energies of the West, knowing that as you stand outside, you can face each of the directions and ask for the messages. The West is where the sun sets. And we have the beautiful sunset of possibilities, of culminations, of, look at the radiance, the radiance. I keep getting autumn. Well, it's probably because those are the colors that are there. But autumn is a time when we shed that which no longer serves us, and we stand naked for a while. As things cease to be as they used to be, there may be a time of emptiness, and give ourselves permission to sit in that quiet, that stillness of not knowing, of as the seeds are germinating. This is spring. Yes, things are starting to grow, but there are certain areas where the seeds haven't sprouted yet, and to not be dismayed. And that's also what was coming in is, yes, grieve what is going away. There are certain systems that may be crumbling, and they need to crumble. But trust that it's not a massive crumble, like everything is not crumbling at once, that as this part of this system crumbles, something else is already coming up to take its place, something of greater value that supports us more. So that is at least the vision that I have is, I'm trying to tie it all together, that like in autumn, the trees lose their leaves. It's like, don't be sad that the trees are standing without their leaves, because the new is growing and it will be here soon. Nature has a way of taking care of all of us. But yes, there are some very, very outmoded systems that are crumbling around us that need to crumble. And it, from the 3D perspective and from this perspective of our comfort of that is all we have known, there can be a lot of anxiety and stress and fear. Please release that. Come into that place of calm and let go of the fear. Find what you are grateful for and love. Bring in the love and trust that as this goes away, that there is already something in place that is growing. And then another system will crumble. A better one will come in its place. That's what I see. Whether or not that is totally accurate, I don't know, but that gives me hope, because I cannot imagine a divine, just universe, just stripping everything away and leaving us stark naked without anything. Little small things being taken away as the new comes forward. And it's a gradual process. And we have to mourn the loss of what was past, but let it go because it no longer serves us. Hope this is making sense. Oh, okay. So this is what Denise has to say. Card meaning is transformation, letting go of the old, initiation, illumination, harvest. Gather your inner resources. If it doesn't feel right, don't go ahead. Trust your heart. Chaos brings positive change. Almost all change comes out of turmoil. Don't be concerned if there's confusion in your life. It will all work out. Your native spirit wants you to know that in the medicine wheel, the west is the direction that symbolizes the fiery setting of the sun, autumn, the waning moon, and the time of harvest, and the tumultuous years of teenagers and the human cycle. Out of chaos arises illumination and transformation. And in order for the new to ignite in your life, it's necessary to let go of the old. Sweep away the debris. Spirit Keeper of the West reminds us, slow down our rapid growth. Harvest what we have already attained. In the autumn, leaves are burned away to make way for new growth. Release the dross in your life to make way for new growth. Stand facing the west and the setting sun. Imagine that all limitations and blockages in your life are flowing from your heart into the sun. As the sun sets, it carries with it your cares and concerns to be transformed by its purifying energy. Wow. All right, let's see if there's one more. If there's any other message, don't want this to go too terribly long, but if there is another message for us, be at peace. Yes. Well, okay, we're in the directions. We're in two directions today. Spirit Keeper of the South, and the South. This looks to be springtime. This looks to be the sun and the warmth and the new. Whereas what is happening is the old is being burned away. This is staying still and inviting and acknowledging the new growth. And again, the sunlight, the sun, to fill your heart and the expanse, the warmth, the new. It's, yeah, this is all about growth, and things could catch on. You know how, at least for me, I'm always amazed. I can go to bed at night and, for example, this gorgeous tree outside, and it was just had buds on it. And then suddenly I wake up the next morning and I go, oh my gosh, there's full leaves. You suddenly filled in. Same thing, the little seeds that I'm planting. I have one little container that you put some of my old seeds from last year in, just for grins. And they're already growing, and it's just so magical, and how it can just happen seemingly overnight. So when we allow the belief that all things are possible for the highest good. It can be amazing and almost miraculous how fast it can occur. So please hold hope in your heart. Let the light illuminate the way and trust the process. Change is occurring. Growth is happening. Whether you see it or not, it may just all be germinating in the soil right now, but it will soon pop up. Okay. Abundance, prosperity in all forms, expansion, surging energy, activity, movement, rapid growth. Be open to receiving the bounty of the universe. This is a great time for medical procedures. Your energy will be at a maximum. Okay. Your native spirit wants you to know that in the medicine wheel, the south is the direction that symbolizes the warmth of the noonday sun, summertime, the full moon, and a time of rapid growth. Crops grow with vigor during the summer months. In the human cycle, it also represents the vitality of childhood. This is your time to shine. It's also a great time of bounty in all areas of your life. Open your arms to receive gifts from the universe. If you live in the southern hemisphere, draw this card. The journey. Stand facing south during midday. Close your eyes. Feel the warmth of the sun opening your heart center. Absorb the sunlight as you sense yourself absorbing the abundance of the universe. Nice messages. Thank you very much. The letting go and then the receiving of the abundance. Once we let go and trust, we can open to receive. And that, again, the words that keep coming in are just because we can't see it doesn't mean that it's not happening. Change is happening, whether we're aware of it or not. We are not high frequency enough to see the bigger picture, to see what's going on. But many, many changes are taking place. You can feel it. If you sit still and you just tune in, you can feel it. And allow yourself to feel perhaps the excitement about it, the joy, the curiosity about it, rather than going into fear. Fear blocks it. Fear is letting the 3D world win and suppress. Go into the excitement, go into the wonder, go into the play, go into the magic of it, because it's changing. Whether we want it to or not, whether that human part of us that hangs on to that which we know or that we're comfortable with, even if it doesn't serve us, how much have we done that in our lives, hung on to things just simply because we were comfortable with it and we know it, but perhaps it isn't the healthiest thing for us, the best thing for us. And then once we let go of it, guess what? The universe gives us something even greater. Trust that. Something greater is happening. And it's happening inside of you. We are that something greater, that higher vibration, that connection, that wonder, that playfulness. Remember, there's something greater, and finally that's for me. I don't know where that came from, but it is. We're in it. We keep believing and trust. Go outside, play, go have some fun, drink lots and lots and lots of water. And I was just reading something, by the way, that says, sparkling water is just as hydrating as regular water. So now I don't feel so guilty for wanting sparkling water. I love that little sparkle. But do stay hydrated. Listen to your body. Stay grounded. Reach for the stars. Look up. Look up into the stars. Look up into the clouds. Raise the vibration. Suspend disbelief or suspend any limiting beliefs and observe. See what messages you get, because we're getting messages all the time. Connect with your spirit team. All right. I think that'll do it for right now. Thank you for going on this journey with me. And please, if you think of it, remember to like this video, subscribe, and share so we can grow this community, whatever that algorithm of the great YouTube is. I don't know, but that would be wonderful. And I'm sure I'll do another video when I get the nudge, probably tomorrow. Oh wait, no, probably not. Maybe yes, maybe no. I'm doing the retail thing tomorrow. We'll see. Anyway, blessings, my friends. Thank you so much. And be good to you. Breathe and laugh. Find the joy in your heart. Blessings be. Namaste.